For Lesson 5.8, you're going to be learning about scale drawings and models. You have a couple of vocabulary words to write down the definitions for, and you can see those highlighted here on page 224 for scale drawing, scale model, and scale. Also remember the resources you have through the video tutors. You can find those on your online textbook and watch more examples of the problems shown in Lesson 5.8. I will be going through the got it problems on each example. You can write these down in your notebook. At the bottom of page 224, 1A talks about the pillars of the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. They are 17 feet tall, and the scale model has the pillars at 5 inches tall. Over here, I've set up a proportion. 5 inches over 17 feet equals 1 inch over x feet. When you cross multiply and divide, you get 1 inch equals 3.4 feet. For 1b, the length of a model of a bridge is 16 inches. The actual length of the bridge is 50 yards. What is the scale model? We have the scale of 16 over 50 yards actual equals 1 over x to find out what 1 inch equals. When you cross multiply and divide, you get 1 inch equals 3.125 yards, or 1 inch is 3 1/8 yards. For example 2, you have another video tutor that you can watch online of an example being worked out. Plus you have the one shown here that you can read through. You also have a new vocabulary word, scale factor. At the bottom of page 225, we're looking at example 2, got it? A map of a natural history museum shows the dinosaur exhibit is 7.25 inches wide, and the map is 1 inch equals 8 feet. So we have 1 inch equals 8 feet, and then 7.25 equals x, the actual. And when you cross multiply or use those cross products, 8 times 7 1/4 is 58 feet. The last example is on page 226, and we're talking about constructing a scale drawing. These take a little bit more time. Make sure you understand them by reading through the example given in the textbook, also watching the video tutor. There's even a tool section that we haven't really explored, but you might want to try looking at that to see if that can help you make sense of the example as well, or give you a different way to look at it. I'm going to go through example 3 at the bottom of page 226. I've already set up 2 proportions, and the reason I need 2 proportions is that in this case we're giving a length measurement and a width. So I've got to use that scale model, or that scale factor, which is 1/2 inch is 10 feet, and I have to use that with the length and the width to find out what the measurements are. So on the left here I have the length, and when I cross multiply, when I use cross products and divide, I get 2.25 inches. And then on the right hand side, when I'm doing the width, when I cross multiply, I get 1.5. Okay, now it says to use 1/2 inch for 10 feet. So did I really need to use a proportion in the first place? Not necessarily, because it's giving me 45 feet, and if every foot is 1/2 of an inch, or if every foot 10 feet is 1/2 of an inch, what I could do is just divide by 10 and get that the length would be 4.5 inches on the grid paper, and it says that 1/4 inch grid paper, so that would be 18 squares by, and how I got that was I took 4.5 times 4, because every square is going to be a 1/4 inch. And then we have the width 30 feet, 30, and then for every 10 feet it's a half an inch. So I would do divide by 10 there, and I get 3. Okay, so I'm not so sure if this last step makes sense there. Hopefully this did make sense when I took 45 divided by 10, because every 10 feet is a half an inch, so 4.5 there, and then divide by 10 there as well by 30 and get 3. So the actual grid paper would be 4.5 by 3. Again, if you need another explanation, watch the video tutor. Make sure to look through the example on page 226, and hopefully that's enough to get you started on lesson 5-8. If you need additional help, make sure to request a Google Hangout and we can go over some more examples.